It certainly was a much bigger undertaking than I ever thought was going to happen. We sat there Sunday night, a girlfriend and I, watching the news coverage, and it just kind of started, we should do something. And so we have a little Facebook group of like 35 members, and we said, okay, we're going to do a little drive. And we just thought within our little group, well, hey, why not? And so I started doing things like contacting Procter & Gamble, Colgate, things like that, seeing if they could help. So they said, Shelley, you should be in charge. And I said, well, okay, right? So 9 o'clock the next morning, I got a phone call. You need to be here. You have no idea what's going on. So I, sat at work and I went, well, I'll come after lunch, and more just kept like text message after text message. You need to be here. We don't know what's going on. And donations upon donations had started arriving before the doors had even opened in the morning. People dropping off whatever they could to help. Bags and bags of donations. And a local radio station in town follows our little Facebook group, and they said, hey, we're doing a drive, and at 1 o'clock we're going to drive it down to the gym. And they came the first day with 8 trucks full of donations. By noon, Red Cross was actually giving out my phone number, my direct cell phone, to anybody that was calling looking for help or looking to volunteer. And the CSRS program out of Red Deer, which is a volunteer service line, also said, hey, can we just give out your phone number? We got yours from Red Cross. I'm like, well, I guess so, with no concept of how big this is actually going to turn into. But by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I had a pretty good idea as a semi-truck rolled into the parking lot with donations from another community. Every donation was sorted, every single one of them, so that we made sure that what was given was appropriate to give, and also sorted so they could quickly access it. And then we also coordinated an army of volunteers. And so on the Saturday of the long weekend, we drove up in a convoy of 25 volunteers, 5 semi-trucks. It took us 5 days to fill those semis. It took us 4 hours to unload them on site in Athabasca. I think we have to remember that we live in a good home and we're able to have a good life, but let's provide for other people and those people that maybe just don't have it, because you never know when that's going to come back around. So I don't know if that's advice or just good knowledge to hold.
ATB is honored to share these stories and to place them within the records of Alberta history.